Welcome to Life Realities. So today we'll be talking about how to find a life partner. So Yemi, what do you think?
Life partner, it's one of the most, I feel, for me, based on my own kind of experience with that, I think it's one of the most challenging things that as a man, you're faced with. Because, of course, in life, like they say, two heads are better than one, right?
Yeah.
And, of course, as a man, you want to sort of you want everything to work out, for your life. Like, you want to get to this, stage in life where you've worked, you saved, you've invested, you've done all the self-improvement and all those things that you're expected to do as a man before you kind of like have somebody else in your life, right? And then, of course, humans, like they say, they change. And I feel like that's one challenging thing that, as a man, you always be faced with, because having that intuition of picking that right person can be very, very difficult, trust me. But one thing I would pretty much advise, my fellow brothers out there is like, look at the values. I feel the values is key.
Yeah.
The values are very, very important. What are the values of this person? I mean, values are things that you can't change about yourself as a person, right? So, and in those values, I think we're having that conversation earlier on, you have the major and the minor, right? So, where does this person fall into in between these two types of values we're talking about, right? And of course, we'll dabble into that in a bit.
Yeah.
Probably about, you want to talk
certainly.
more on those.
Yeah, certainly. Anyway, don't forget we are still talking about how to choose a life partner.
Yeah.
So that leads us to some of those things you need to look out for before you finally say, oh, this is the person I want to marry.
Yeah.
Right? So for me, I think you should be able to know who you are. You were able to shed more light on values and all of that of the person.
Yes.
But at this point, know who you are first. What are your values, you that want
As
to
a
get married?
person.
Because if you don't know who you are, it will be difficult for you to choose who you want to marry. Right? So you must first of all know who you are. This is the kind of person I am. It will really help you. For example, if you are this kind of person that likes maybe clubbing, social life, of course you are still into flexing and all of that.
Those things.
That is who you are, right?
Yeah.
Then this is you looking for a born again kind of churchy person to marry. Just tell yourself the truth. Will this thing work? You get it now?
Yes.
Because yes, you get it now.
Yes.
I don't see any possibility of you guys being able to flow. There's this scripture that says, can two work together if they are not in agreement? So in agreement of what? So I know who I am. I know that this is the kind of person I am. I need to choose somebody in that direction. So that anytime I want to go for clubbing, it will not be difficult. I already know that my partner, that one, she even loves the clubbing more than me. So she will always be ready. But if you be like, okay, this is the kind of person I am, but I want to marry someone that, that will fit in the areas that I'm not able to do, prayer warrior, do this, encourage me. So when you are enjoying, another person will be praying for your security, Abby. And vice versa. If you're also a church person, you are this kind of prayer kind of person. But the kind of people that catches your fancy, you know, all these yuppie kind of guys. You guys are not matching, you know.
Yeah.
So you want a yuppie, a kind of person with a touch of church boy. You see the combination. So know who you are. When you know who you are, it will help you to make a good choice of the kind of person that you can work with. See, the truth is, it's okay to love people, but you can't work with everybody. You just have to tell yourself the truth. You can't work with every. There are people that don't share your values, and they will not even share it.
No matter
how they are fine, they are okay with who they are. So you can't even change them. You see, so it will be very difficult. So I have a lot to say, but I just want to stop here and still remind you, know who you are first, as this will help you to know who you can work with.
Yes. True. Yeah, I feel that's very very important. And I also feel like, of course, we've said, what's the first one? We said values, and you said character. Now, knowing who you are. So one other thing I'll also pretty much, I think some people, and this is just something that I've pretty much observed around, right? People go by this horoscope thing. That somebody is June, the person is August or something like that. It matches. What do you think? Because for me, I do feel like that's a little bit questionable for me, because I don't know. Like, some people say it's real, like it's true and it works. But I don't really go by that. Another thing that just came to my mind actually is, I feel like the blood group is important.
Okay.
If the person is AS, of course, the other person has to be A. You know? Of course, fertility test is also important too. Because, I mean, you just don't want to be in that situation where, you guys didn't do that, and probably, one thing is happening, and one person is not compatible with the other in terms of the fertility test, and you guys didn't know, and then that just keeps going. Of course, frustration, it can lead to frustration, it can lead to a lot of things, and yeah, you guys just don't want that to happen, right? So I would say the genotype thingy is a huge one, right? Because you guys don't want to give birth to SS and all that. And I mean, I actually had a friend when I was in uni then, in University of Ibadan, that it was SS, and I mean, I can understand what he was going through. Like, I won't even say I can understand, actually. I'll put that there. Correct me on that. But I can clearly see what he was going through. And it was really hard on him. Really hard on him. This boy actually struggled a lot with the fan, because sometimes I put on the fan and the heat of the room. I mean, I don't care. I'll just switch on the fan, like, maybe I swear to was now boys still now. So, but anyways, that's that. I won't want to talk too much on that. But genotype is key. ASAA or AAS, however you want to put it, or AAA. Right? So that is also.
Don't forget, we are still talking about how to choose a life partner. Become friends with people first.
Become friends. That's another very key point.
Don't just wake up and you're like, oh, I think this person is okay. This person fits.
Or maybe like I see this person in my dream.
Kind of, or you now carry 2 pictures of people. You now go to a prophet and you're like, sir, please, can you see? Can you use your spiritual eye to check this person for me? People do that.
They do that.
Yes. And the man will just look at the 3 or the 2 pictures, and he will look at the person that wears shoes and not the guy very well. Like, take this one. This one will fit you. Oh, really? Sir. Man, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. If you have a lot of people in your space, if you're a lady, you have a lot of guys in your space, try to get close to them, be their friends, like normal friendship. Now, this is when you get close to someone, you get to know that person better, right? And that is what will determine whether you should consider dating this person. Something like that. And at that level, if you are okay with dating the person, it will still determine whether you consider courting the person. And in this process, you need to ask questions, meaningful questions. That is not the time to, it's okay, you hang out, you go on a date, but that is not enough. In fact, that is where the genotype stuff and all of those things comes in. So you ask meaningful questions, you get to know, this is who are you, what do you like? And as the person is talking, you try to see whether you can fit in with the value system of this person. These are some of the things you need to do. You don't just jump, or maybe, the person is handsome. You're like, this person will compliment me. Yeah. In this marriage stuff, it's not just about, someone complimenting you outside. You guys are good. And, these guys are very okay, cool together. What happens in the inside? Are you happy? Are you peaceful? Are you really enjoying your marriage? Do you guys have something in common? Very important. And you can't just rush and choose a life partner without considering these things. And you can only consider these things when you guys are maybe friends.
Yeah.
Not after the marriage that you now begin to know, discover the things that you are supposed to know at the friendship level. Honestly, you won't really be able to salvage the situation.
Yeah. And you pretty much rushing and rushing. That's what it do. So, anyways, I think that's something to about 6 points now that we've put up out there for you guys to have a view on, and let's hear what you guys will have to say. You can drop your comments as usual if you have any questions around that, or you want to also add one point or the other into them. So we'll see you guys same place, same channel, and take care and God bless.
Bye.